Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. It's time for the J. Craig Podcast. Playing on headphones near you.
Welcome back to the J. Craig, everybody. I am Jay. Craig has the night off. He's out fighting wars in Afghanistan or Iraq or Hawaii or Costa Rica. I don't know where Craig is, but we're back for another podcast. If you're not familiar with the J. Craig, we are a movie entertainment podcast. We focus on movies and entertainment and pop culture, as well as Pulp Fiction from time to time.
What? No one's going to get that joke now. Idiot.
It's okay, we get it. So if you're new to us, hit the subscribe button, like us, follow us. We are at thejcraig.com. We are at the J. Craig Podcast on Facebook, SoundCloud, Twitter, iTunes, and of course, YouTube. So welcome to everybody. Since Craig's not here, I decided I want to bring on a reoccurring guest who's now more or less a regular here at the J. Craig. So Bob Giera, welcome back.
Jason Catron, thanks for having me.
All right. Now, I also have see how my voice got real high there?
Oh, yeah.
I have a very special guest today.
Because he's afraid of this next
So this individual was on a movie review that we did not too long ago. And she asked me, why am I not on your podcast? And I really didn't have a good answer. So I didn't waste any time. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome to the podcast, the Virgin Eyes, Tina Caldwell Catron. Or as she likes to be called, Tina.
I like Tina Caldwell better.
Did you say virgin eyes?
Yeah, I did. We're de-virginizing her.
Yeah.
Oh, de-virgin eyes.
Yes.
I thought with your virgin eyes. I'm like,
I like virgin eyes better.
Yeah.
Or ears. Virgin
mine
ears.
certainly aren't.
Virgin ears.
Well, you asked, and here we are. We're on the
Yay.
podcast. So welcome to the podcast, Tina.
You can't applaud yourself.
Finally, I made it to the
That's
J.
right,
Craig
that's
podcast
right.
after how many episodes?
We are on episode
not enough.
66 or 67 right now. I forget.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Well, you're here now.
I'm here now.
That's what counts, everybody.
Yes.
Okay, so we're here for the podcast.
What shall we talk about?
Well, first, you introduced Bob as a somewhat regular on the J. Craig, but
Yes.
he's a full-time regular as far as movies and music go. Bob is my music and movie soulmate.
Aw, isn't that sweet?
That is very cute. I'm
So
going to throw up a little bit.
all-
Either
those movies
that
out there that-
means Tina has amazing taste or I have terrible taste.
Well,
There might be a combination in this equation here. Yes.
so Bob and I, so when there are movies that Jason will not watch, and I have a nice long list of movies that he will literally walk into the room, see what's on, and turn around and walk
And
right
it'll
back
usually
out.
take me about 10 seconds, if not less, to identify the movie and realize, oh shit.
These are movies you've already seen. They're not like, I won't watch that movie at all.
No, there's very seldom movies that I won't watch. Like, I'll sit down, I'll give anything a chance. Typically.
And then as soon as there are feelings, in any way, shape, or form, he's out.
So I'll give you a quick example.
Yeah.
A Dog's Life, A Dog's Purpose.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
you won't even touch
So
that
movie started, and about 5 minutes in, I said, "Oh no, I'm not doing this.
I'm
I'll see
out."
you later."
I wouldn't watch that.
And he did. He booked. And
Okay,
it's
so-
been on a couple times since then, and he booked.
So what are you saying?
I'm going to have to back him up on that one.
You're going to talk about movies that the top 10 movies that you
Well,
watch?
okay, so this movie
Yeah, I see you have
started
a list
out.
in
Whoa,
front of
wait.
you.
Before you get to what movies that's
I'm leading into that.
okay.
If
No,
you-
wait, but hold on. I want to let everyone know what we're going to finish talking about here,
Okay,
because I want to give a little overview of how this evening is going to proceed.
Yeah.
So I also want to talk about movies that I cannot believe that my wife has never seen.
Oh, yeah. This could have been a deal breaker if we hadn't have been married already.
There was one thing that happened that set it in motion, however, we'll get to later on. So that's what I want to talk about a little later.
Okay. So
now, what is Bob going to
movies-
bring to the table?
Wait. Let me clarify
Okay,
this.
yeah.
These are movies that you think you hold in high regard as far as the history of cinema that your wife has never even seen.
Yeah.
And you've never tried to get her to see them, or what?
Well, we'll get into that.
Okay.
We'll get into that. Well,
All right.
there's a lot of
And you
factors at
didn't
play.
and you didn't discuss this before you got married.
Okay, so
No.
let me just, let's
No.
back up to 2007. Okay? We're going to back up. So, back in the early days when Jason and I first started dating, he came over to my condo one day, and literally he walked into my room, looked over on I have this very tall dresser, looked over at my dresser and saw the whole Star Wars trilogy on my dresser.
What, on VHS?
It was
VHS,
on
yeah.
whatever it was.
The silver and black.
Yeah, the silver and black, which I
special
believe is
edition?
over
Yeah.
here on this
It's somewhere around
case
here.
over here.
Oh.
We basically have a movie store in our office.
We used to, no.
So
That's gone downhill.
he looked at that and said, "Huh. Oh
now,
yeah."
Now, did I say that like out
Bum,
loud,
bum,
or was
chicka,
that
bum.
inside?
No, that was in your brain.
Okay, good, because
Yeah, you
I
have
thought
said
I
this
said it.
many times that
Yeah, I know.
was like sealed the deal.
Yeah, no, that was a big
And
moment.
you were like, yes. And now don't get me wrong. I am a big Star Wars fan. I saw episode 1, 2, 3 as soon as I was at the midnight viewing.
oh, nice.
Wow.
I'm a big Star Wars fan. I mean, I remember being in Showcase Cinema as a little wee one in Sterling Heights, Michigan.
Yeah.
And I remember being there when the line was wrapped around the building for Star Wars. And
Man.
I was there with my brothers, and I remember my
Yeah.
mom driving us there in the station wagon. And I
some
remember
good
seeing
shit.
Luke Skywalker, and I
Yeah.
remember seeing Darth Vader, and all the characters were there. It was an amazing...
Bullshit.
It was! It was an he
Is
was
she,
there.
is she telling the same story I tell all the time?
No,
I like
this
it.
happened.
I'm pretty
This
sure you were. I'm
absolutely
pretty sure you
happened.
weren't bored.
No, I was born in 1977, so yeah.
Oh, okay. So right when you popped
So
out,
the
you went to
probably the
movie.
second and third one is what I'm
Oh,
remembering.
okay.
So
Well.
yeah, no,
you
I'm
mean
a
the
big
fifth
Star
and
Wars
sixth.
fan. It had
Okay.
a big impact in my
So,
life
but-
early on.
Yes, but I know that moment very well, walking in and seeing that Star Wars thing, and that was a clincher.
Wow. So Jason Catron walks
Yeah.
into this room of this girl he just meets that he's like, yeah, I want some of this. And then he sees VHS movies on her dresser of some of the most popular movies in the world that almost everyone has seen.
Yeah, but man.
Shocking.
No, man. It was.
What are the
But
chances?
to see it in a
Wait,
single girl's room is a
wait.
different
First of
thing.
all, let's put it in some context here.
Yeah.
Let's put this in some context, okay? Her room didn't have a bunch of movies all over the place. It wasn't this, and it happened to have Star Wars in display.
No, it was,
It was
only
just
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars?
Star
That was
Wars
it.
sitting on top of the dresser like it was like a beacon,
Okay. That's
right?
different.
And I was like, hey, that's cool. And I think immediately my pants dropped.
Well.
It didn't take much for that.
Okay, so at any rate, so before we go any further on that, so that's what I wanted to bring
You're
to the
making
table
Bob
today.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What?
I thought you were de-virginized. Now that just reminded me of the fact that when The Force Awakens came out, I
remember the movie.
Okay, it was a Star Wars movie.
Yep.
For people at home, you might have heard it. I'm so stupid.
You are.
Anyway,
That's why I
I
bring
was
you back.
talking to my ex-girlfriend, and she said, "I've never seen any of the Star Wars, so I don't even. Can I see this movie?" And I was like,
You haven't seen any of the Star Wars.
"Yeah." And she goes, "I remember some of them like were on cable or stuff, and like they were on, but I didn't really pay attention." And I'm like, "How did I date you for that long, and it never came up?" Because we went to the movies on like once a week. She was into all the superhero movies, Lord of the Rings, everything.
Right.
Star Wars never came up.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, because a lot of movies I love, I didn't bring up to Tina because I know what movies she's not gonna like, right? So the movies that I love are not Tina's movies, but something like Star Wars or Indiana Jones, we're gonna know up front because I'm wearing shirts. I got my shit's all Star Wars out and shit. I'm all geeky with Indiana Jones, so I'm gonna know right off the bat if she likes one of those or not.
But
Right?
what's the criteria of me not liking a movie? Like, off the bat.
Oh, wait.
You
wait,
know.
What do
You
mean?
know.
The criteria? What they gotta
If
have
a dog dies,
Oh, that's okay.
if
What if you
a
don't know
horse
that?
dies,
What if you don't know that going in?
if kids are in trouble,
Oh, I hope so.
I mean, and if it's too scary.
just
If
mean.
it's too scary, then he knows. He'll be like, nope, not for you.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll literally watch previews at movies, and I'll nudge him and say,
Yeah,
nope.
I already know which movies
Nope.
you're not gonna like. So that's a lot of So at any rate,
But I just thought that was so strange that was the start of your relationship, and then it never even came. But then now I'm thinking at the time frame,
Mhm.
and it was when the prequels were out. So I think maybe I just wasn't really that into Star Wars at the time
maybe
because it was
Could
like
be.
the mid 2000s.
maybe it just didn't matter to you if she liked Star Wars or not.
But I
Or
agree with
seen,
you.
Seen Star Wars, but you automatically assume they've seen Star Wars. There's a weird feeling I get with somebody when I find out that they've never seen Star Wars.
yeah.
I
Well,
really
I
question
agree
them.
with you.
I'm like, what do you
It-
mean?
when
you're
someone
not-
says that,
it does depend
it's
on
shocking.
on
Yeah.
their
It's
on
very
their
part
age
of our...
too. Though I remember I was dating a girl that was
that's
almost
what I mean.
she was almost 10 years younger than me, and she's like, I was born in 85, and I'm like, oh my god, you were born after the trilogy. No.
AT.
She had no idea.
After
what I was talking
trilogy.
about, Yeah. Like, how bizarre.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you never lived through that.
Right. Oh, that's amazing, man. And
But
that's
then there's Jen and Mike who
yeah.
they
yeah.
said
You guys listening? Jen and Mike? Show your kids
I
Star
don't know
Wars.
about Mike. I think Mike
Show
maybe,
your kids Star Wars.
I think Mike maybe has seen Star Wars.
Of course he's seen Star Wars.
But Jen hasn't, and she just reminded me again last night that she has never
listen,
seen Star Wars.
Mike has seen Star Wars. He's not a big fan of Star Wars. You don't have to love Star Wars like I do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I just think Star Wars is fucking awesome. I love Star Wars. I love everything about it. At least I used to.
Yeah.
Ah.
But Jen has never seen it,
Last
so
Jedi
she
bitch.
it's never been on her radar. And I'm like, you better not say that too often around my husband because he will make it his personal vendetta to make sure that you see all the Star Wars movies in the order
You know
that
what?
he
See, here's
thinks.
the thing. I've kind of given up on trying to change people that way because they're not going to appreciate it if you have to like force it upon
You
them.
have to force it, yeah.
Right. Okay, so Bob, that's what we're going to bring to the table. What do you want to discuss today?
Well, since I got both of you here and you're apparently married.
Apparently.
Yeah. I mean, I was at your wedding. But I mean,
You were in our wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn
At
good
the
night,
big
too, by the way.
table.
Before you came along, I used to go to this guy's house like almost every day. We watched movies and stuff. And even when I wasn't there, I know if he wasn't playing video games, he was watching movies. So
That's essentially it.
Yeah.
Writing.
and writing.
Yeah.
So
A lot of writing those
What
days.
a well-rounded life you had.
Oh, I was sucking it up, baby. It was fantastic. It's a good time in my life.
Oh,
Look at what you have
yeah.
now.
And don't forget all the girls coming and going.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Trader Joe's
Nice.
Hey,
girls.
she had to bring it up
Yeah.
already. All right, we're 10
All
minutes
right.
in. Trader Joe's is already in. Okay.
It's a Trader Joe's girl.
Yeah, it just took me a minute. I'm like, oh, that was a long time ago.
Who's a Trader Joe's girl?
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Excuse me.
And we all know what Trader Joe's girls are like.
Okay,
Yeah.
so anyway, Bob.
They're healthy.
Continue.
And cheap. So I was gonna ask, what is now that you're married and you have this life that I could never imagine.
Uh-huh.
What's it like watching movies now?
That's a great question. That's ooh. Oh, I got some deep thoughts on that. Okay, so let's save that. Let's talk about that after we talk about Tina's list. I like that topic, Bob.
Oh,
That's
thank
good.
you.
Let's do that real soon here.
He
That's cool.
sneaks
I like it.
downstairs at 5 a.m. and watches his movies.
I don't.
Like, that's what he does.
sometimes do. I did it.
Or it's like he's a crackhead, right?
Yeah.
So he either sneaks downstairs at 5 in the morning and watches a movie, or he'll put on his headphones and he'll just blast his video games, and he'll play down there for like a couple hours before anybody.
Oh, you
even
still play
wakes up.
video games?
Oh, it's fleeting. It's like little moments here and there, but when I do it, I get up at 5 in the morning and I go downstairs and I play. If I need to get a movie in, I gotta pick my time, man. It's not just a married thing. That's one thing. That definitely changed my viewing habits. That's for sure. And my viewing selection. But the kid thing, having kids really makes you adapt in a different direction.
You
And
gotta
it really
watch all
changed things.
sorts of
So,
crap, right?
well, not just that, but you have to, like I said, I'm getting up at 5 in the morning. I used to get up at 5 in the morning and write.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm getting 5 in the morning, play a video game or watch a movie if I can. I'm trying to sneak it in. I gotta get it in.
Can you
Well-
imagine watching
I
a
gotta get
movie
it
at
in.
5 in the morning?
Only for a few more years until Jesse, your doppelganger, is going to be coming down there with you.
Yes.
And that's all that kid wants
Yes,
to
I
do is
can't
watch
wait.
movies and play
I
video games.
can't wait
That's
till me and
all
Jesse
he
start
wants to do.
binge
And
watching
he
like
is-
1980, like, Road Warrior. I'm gonna just introduce him to all that. I can't wait for
Oh,
that.
and he's gonna soak it up because that's all the kid wants to do, and he's 4. He is 4 years old.
I hope that he loves watching movies, but he has Tina's taste in movies.
Oh.
Ah, yes.
Oh, get
yeah, this
out
is
of
why I
my
love Bob
house.
Gira.
So
That's
that's
why
how it's
I
gonna
love
be.
him.
That's how
Speaking
it's
of
gonna be.
which, Tina has a list here of movies that I really want to know what are on them.
What are you doing over there?
I thought there was a dog at the door. So.
Okay.
Oh.
So Tina does have a list. So Tina,
I do.
you have a list. I think I could probably name some of these before you
Okay,
even say
but
it.
I don't want you to because I just want you to.
I know I can do 5.
Okay, do 5. Let's see. I'm gonna mark them off right now.
What is the
Go
list,
ahead.
first of all?
If I get the first
Okay.
one right,
Your
talk
favorite
about
movie?
it.
Well, okay, so I did this in 3 categories. So I did like my movies, meaning if it's on TV, I'm watching it. Jason probably 90% of the time will not watch it.
It's a lot of those.
And then there's another list that we love together. right?
Okay.
So like good bad movies that we love together. And I know every single one of these is a slam dunk because I know if it's on TV, he's sitting down and watching it with me.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think we should start with that. Movies that you both enjoy. So then we get a feel for where you're both are
You want to
coming
start
from.
with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you
I
writing
have
down over there?
4. I have 4. I'm not gonna say them. I don't want to steal your thunder, Tina.
Of what
I don't
category?
wanna steal your
Of
thunder.
what category?
Of movies that
You won't watch?
Movies that I know she's watching.
Okay.
Movies that I know she's watching without a doubt. If it's on, Tina's watching it. Or
She's
she's
Or if
she's
I have a-
flipping
Yeah.
through channels.
Yeah.
she's
Or if I
staying
just
on.
have a day where I'm just hanging out, you know, on my
I'll
own.
see the DVD cover sit. I'm like, I know she's watching that shit.
He knows.
So I
Okay,
got 4.
you
I'm not
already-
gonna steal your thunder though. So I want you to do it. I have them written here, and I'll show you at
Okay.
the end.
Okay,
So-
you already know what the number. Okay, wait. You want to do the
I want
together
the
ones?
together. Movies
Okay.
that you enjoy together.
Okay. You're gonna agree with every single one of these.
Well, I hope so.
Okay, you
I
ready?
enjoy it.
Well,
Ready?
maybe
Ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Overboard.
Oh, I love Overboard. It's
110%.
Okay,
Yeah, but it's Kurt Russell.
First
Kurt
of all,
Russell.
that's an easy one. You put Kurt Russell, you could put any Kurt Russell movie down there. I'm in.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
I
it.
love it. I love
Okay,
Overboard.
But Overboard, how? By
Yes.
the way, time out. I just remembered you reminded me this today. They made an Overboard
I think
remake.
it came out today.
I think so too.
No.
But
Right.
Not
the
watching
roles
that.
are reversed.
Oh,
Anna Faris
God,
plays.
no.
Of course,
Anna
that
Faris
makes
plays
total
the
sense. Why wouldn't they
Kurt
just
Russell.
reverse it?
Mm-mm.
Like
Anyway,
yeah, it's like a
We
rich
will never
guy.
watch that movie. You can
No.
put that on our list of movies that we will never watch.
It's like one of those movies I want to watch just to see how bad.
Yeah.
Because,
No.
I mean, it's
I
not,
like
it's not
Anna
it's not like
Faris.
Overboard, a great movie.
No.
But it's 1980s Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's a great movie in its
Yeah.
own way. Okay. So,
Okay, so the next one, because the sequel just came out, Super Troopers.
Oh yeah.
We
absolutely.
laugh our asses off in that movie.
Right. Okay. So wait, you're gonna yes, fantastic. Love that choice. And when I found out that you love that movie, also one of those moments like, oh okay, this chick has some.
You know what was another
comedic
one?
taste. All right.
Okay, so I had that moment with you
Oh.
when we first
Like
started
therapy.
dating. Walk
Yeah.
hard. Walk hard. When we sat in, this was one of our first dates.
Bob was there. With
I was
us.
there.
And Bob was there on one of our
Yeah.
first dates. I just want the J. Craig audience to know that Bob was there for one of our first
Hey.
dates. Craig was there actually for our very first
Hey man,
date.
let me clear my throat. So let me
He liked
let
to
me
bring his
clarify
friends on
something.
our dates.
No. That's not how it was. Craig was in town from Iraq. He wanted something to do. I had met Tina at a Halloween party, right? Magnum PI meets Wonder Woman.
Oh, he's showing a picture.
And,
of
He's
that
showing
night.
the picture of
Yeah.
the day.
So
All I see is Wonder
he was in
Woman.
town, and I'm like, well, get this guy some action, right? So I'm like, let's see if Tina has
Not
some
with
friends.
me.
Well, no, of course not. Like,
Oh,
with-
I'm
do you-
surprised he didn't.
Do you have any friends? So that's what happened. Come on, man.
And Spaceballs was the movie
And
that night.
Spaceballs was you've had a couple there. Okay, so you had
Yes.
some good ones there. So
Okay.
what's next?
All right. So Walk Hard was not actually on my list, but I remember sitting in the movie theater with you and Bob, and
was
you
funny.
laughed so hard,
We
and
were
I saw that what I
dying.
call the George McFly laugh.
Yeah.
You know? Do you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
Bob? The George McFly, he does this, right? He just laughs and laughs and he doesn't stop. And so Walk Hard was one of them, and I was like, I like this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that movie cracked me up as funny as hell the
That
first time.
movie was cool.
500 Days of Summer,
That's
My Girlfriend,
Yeah.
My
Wait,
Girlfriend.
Is
That's
it still,
Zoe
is it
Deschanel.
this still movies he likes?
Yeah.
These are the movies we like
I
together.
love that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I love Zoe D. She's my girlfriend. Casablanca.
Well, now you threw in one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yes.
Congratulations.
My
Yes.
all-time
Yeah.
favorite movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, can I ask you a question? Did you see that movie? When did you see that movie?
What?
When did you see Casablanca for the first time?
With you.
That was the first time.
I never. Well, I may have seen it before then, but I didn't really
No, I'm not
remember
going to accept
it.
that answer. I like the first one better.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Well, I only remember watching it with you because you were so passionate about it.
I don't
So,
know anyone who's
See,
seen that
that's
movie.
all I can hope for.
Yeah.
Is just rub off on somebody and
Yeah.
watch a movie.
Yeah.
You know?
That's all
Exactly.
I want is
Watch
to
something
go
you never
out
seen
with a
before.
girl and be like, you need to watch Casablanca with me.
Yes.
You know? Because
Yeah.
most people I meet are like,
It's like
old,
art.
I don't
Oh,
wanna
it's all
see
black
it.
and white.
It's like art.
I'm
It's
like, you don't
beautiful.
understand. This is the greatest written movie of all time.
It
Every-
is.
The dialogue is just so
And the
perfect.
underlying story, and I mean everything. It's the whole
Acting,
package.
and it's just fantastic.
And it's Humphrey Bogart.
It's
My
Humphrey
God,
Bogart.
who doesn't love Humphrey Bogart?
Home.
I watched it on a whim one day. I got
On
it
a
in the
whim?
mail. I got it in the mail The VHS with my Entertainment Weekly subscription. They always sent me VHSs.
They send you VHS
yeah,
tapes.
because every time you renewed, they sent you a free gift.
Who do they think has a VHS player?
This was 19...
Yeah, Tina?
Yeah,
oh,
was
I
looking at-
thought you meant recently.
No, I was...
Okay, I'm
no,
like,
this was
come
like,
on.
no, this was like
Entertainment Weekly.
1998. This is before DVDs. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch it. You know, you always hear it's like one of the greatest movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
'Cause it is.
And
Yeah.
I'll try to get through it. And I was just like blown away.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
can't tell you how many times I've seen it since.
Yeah. I
We
okay.
have
I
the
own it. I have
anniversary
I have
edition
that
that's on
too.
Blu-ray.
I
It's
have
Of course you
amazing.
do. Yeah.
Okay, so then there's also Tombstone.
And okay, now that's a one that it's a surprise for me.
Yeah.
You like.
I don't like westerns that much because usually they're too violent for me. I don't like it. But I love Tombstone.
That's why I can't watch movies
Love
with
it.
her. My movies are violent.
When Val Kilmer, who plays Doc Holliday,
Yeah.
when he dies, like, that
Spoilers.
just gets it. Everybody knows that he died of tuberculosis. Like,
1997?
I
Did he?
think that's kind of
No
general
spoilers
knowledge.
for real life.
Whatever, from 3 decades ago.
I do notice, speaking of that
3
movie,
decades?
people that
Yeah.
don't like westerns do like that movie.
Yeah.
It's like a universally
Yeah,
liked
because it's
movie.
a good movie.
But
Exactly.
I
Right.
like some of your westerns. Like I like 310 to Yuma.
That's
I like
a good,
that one.
That's another one that I think is more palatable
Yeah.
for your non-Western fan.
So
Yeah.
do you consider what's that one? The Assassination of Jesse James. That's a western, right?
Yes, and you love that movie.
Oh,
which is
I do
another
love that
surprise.
movie. I
That
do
guy.
because it's Brad Pitt. How
That
can you
blows
not
me
like
away.
that?
Right.
I didn't think anyone besides him and I would ever.
I know.
Ah.
The fact that she loves it is it's very surprising.
Yeah.
It's very surprising.
Because
Very
it's history.
surprising.
It's Brad Pitt. It's good eye candy. I love it all. Okay.
Everyone looks disgusting in that movie.
Yeah.
I mean.
I know. Well, it's a little bit. I get it, but still, it's.
To a point we were watching something. Forgot what we were watching, and there was a guy in the movie. It was with you. It was Rampage.
Yeah.
Where Dick Little.
Dick Little?
Yeah, the guy from Jesse James was it with you.
Mm-hmm.
It was with you, right? We were watching a movie
Yep.
or a show, and Dick Little, one of the guys from his gang
Yeah, I know.
in the movie, he was in it. And I was like, Tina, who's that? He's like, Jesse James. I'm like, goddamn bitch.
Yeah, that was
I shock him every so often.
Dick Little. He was last time I saw him. He was on the first season of Parks and Rec.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they got rid of him because they didn't know what to do with his character.
Yeah, I
okay.
never really got
I never
into
watched
that
that.
show.
I never watched it. Okay.
Once in a while.
But yeah, okay. That you do like some movies that are really good movies that I'm very surprised that you like.
Yes.
There's
so this is
definitely
a
lot of that.
good positive note to start
Yeah.
on because the next list is not going to be so positive. All right, so then The Labyrinth.
Oh, I'm surprised you put that on there.
So we introduced this movie to Levi, and now David Bowie is like his
Yeah.
like he has him on such a high pedestal.
So isn't that cool?
He loves himself some David Bowie.
Did you play him some of that music?
Oh
Play him
yeah!
Space Oddity?
Oh yeah!
Oh.
I did.
See,
I was like, you
ground
want some
control,
David Bowie? I'm gonna show you some
guitar.
David Bowie. And I played it. Oh yeah, he was
Okay,
into it.
Okay.
Yeah. So now they only know. So when I'm like, something cool comes on the radio and I'm like, hey kids, who's this? Usually it's like Elvis or Poison or Journey or something. But then they'll be like, David Bowie or Michael
It's
Jackson.
always I always think it's everything is David Bowie because that's usually the right answer.
Yeah, right. So yeah,
I don't think
they.
I've ever seen Labyrinth.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
You
yeah,
know
you
what?
gotta
And
watch it.
I don't remember liking it as much when I was a kid.
I remember being on and trying to watch it, and I couldn't get into
But
it.
Oh, it's
watching
so
it
good.
now with the boys, I actually like it a lot
Oh.
more now.
Me and my
yeah.
little brother David, like we watched that movie thousands of times.
Which is odd.
I mean, that and Never Ending Story. Those are the two.
I
that we
watched that
watched
all the time. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't try to get into Labyrinth.
Yeah, Labyrinth is good. You should
And
go watch it now.
young
It's
Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, and it's
Oh
Jim Henson,
yeah,
right?
that's right. That's why Jason.
It's Jim
liked
Henson, right?
it.
And I
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
I like
it
Dark
is.
Crystal. I like
Mhm.
Emmett Otter's Just
Yeah,
Bad
didn't he direct
Christmas.
the movie? Jim Henson?
I don't know.
He might just done the
actually. He
creatures.
was in charge of the
I
puppets.
think
that's-
I know
that's the one
that.
Or he might have wrote it.
I think he directed that one.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay. So what?
All right.
No, so now, now are we getting into the ugly?
No. Now we have the last. Boom.
I don't know what that means.
Boom.
Okay. Wait.
Godfather 2.
Okay. Or any Godfather. Well.
And
two.
well, no, 2.
One and two. But.
2 and then 1 and then I'll get to 3 later.
Oh. Okay.
Later.
Oh, later.
Yes.
So okay, that's a good list of movies that I love or like. It's some that I really love. And those are the ones that surprise me because you also like Drive, don't you?
I do. I love Drive.
Yeah. So I know what kind of movies she's gonna like, and a lot of the movies that I love are definitely not Tina Fey. And that's what I know, so I don't even bother introducing them. But there's sometimes
Drive surprises me.
But there's sometimes where I'm like, you've never seen that? Like Casablanca was one of them.
Yeah.
You've never seen Casablanca. I'm gonna rectify that shit, right? Like if you've never seen Star Wars, I'm like, well, we're sitting down.
So you and Jen have a date for like 9 hours to watch a lot of Star Wars.
Like I said,
in the order that you recommend.
No. Yeah.
I think she needs to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get to the ugly. Let's get to the meat
all right.
of this.
Okay. So first of all, I just want to mention a very important fact about this next list and how it relates to the first list.
Okay.
Is that you'll see a lot of overlap in the actors and actresses.
Oh, you're very easy that way.
Yeah, I have my favorites.
As long as their names are not Rebecca or Renee. You know,
God,
fine.
I know.
Yeah. Call back.
Yeah.
But that same, like, precedence is in this list, right? Like, people, like actresses or actors who ruin the movie for me. Okay. So, first and foremost, my number one all-time movie is Jason Catron.
Pride and Prejudice.
That's number 2. What's
Notebook.
number 1?
Notebook.
All day long. All day
I really thought it would be Pride and Prejudice.
long. Pride and Prejudice is number 2.
Because Pride and Prejudice is a beautiful movie.
Yeah,
It's a
Notebook has
beautiful-looking movie.
Notebook has a more intense love story. I'm in a room with 2 men. Okay,
I saw that movie
is
in the movie theater with my girlfriend at the time, and I was into it. I'm like, oh, this is a nice movie, you know, it's a good story, whatever. And then it got to the end, and
everybody's crying but you.
Everyone's crying, and all I can hear is, and I'm looking around like, really? You can't just go up there and go, oh, I think I'm gonna die now. I'm like, this is not sad at all.
That is not.
And I'm like,
that is not how it works.
Huh?
That's not how it
He
went.
goes, she's dead, I'm gonna die.
Together because their love
And
was
it's
so
like,
deep.
And I'm like, really? Were they trying to surprise us that was them?
Whatever.
I'm like, oh.
Whatever.
But I thought I thought
Noah and
I thought-
Allie
I
all
thought
day long.
the Ryan Gosling and the Rachel McAdams were fine in it.
He's my favorite Canadian besides
John
their
Kent.
prime minister.
That's something to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I agree with everything Bob says.
Thank you.
Secondly, Pride and Prejudice is a better movie.
Pride and Prejudice is a better movie.
Have you ever seen Pride and Prejudice?
It is the most.
No, I tried reading the book.
Oh,
Hey,
no. Watch the movie.
Let me tell you.
It is such a
Not bad.
beautiful. It is like art on the screen.
It's composed.
It is absolutely
very
Aren't
beautiful.
there a bunch of different versions though? Which one are you talking
No,
about?
no,
Keira
Keira
Knightley.
Knightley.
There's several
Yeah.
versions of it.
Yeah.
The
Keira
most,
Knightley.
not I don't
That's
even
the
think
only
most
one to
recent
see,
It's a
to be honest.
Joe Wright, I believe, and I always, whenever I see his name, I'm always curious because the movie is beautiful. Like there's a lot of really great camera work.
Oh, the
a lot
camera
of,
work
there's
is
some really beautiful shots in this movie,
Yeah.
and it's
the
good.
lighting.
It's a good
I
movie.
mean, everything about
Who
it
plays
is beautiful.
Mr. Darcy?
Do you know?
You know what? I don't know his name because I never see him in very much.
I just call him Mr. Darcy because that's another thing I do is I refer to all the characters by their character names. I don't know any actors or actresses' names. I have them written down on my paper
It was a rough
because
book.
I researched it.
Oh, you did some research.
I
Yeah,
did.
See, look at this. Can I, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm not having another Rebecca /
Yeah, I get that. But check this
Yeah,
out.
I'm not having that again.
Anyone who listens to the podcast and the 2 people here know that I always take my notes and I always have lists, right? I like
He's
to be
Mr.
prepared.
List.
So the fact that somebody came to my podcast prepared is fantastic. And I'm looking at Bob while I'm saying this because
That's a high five, everybody.
I had a
That
list
is
for
a high five.
for the comic book one. I had a list, and you were very happy with me.
Yeah.
But
No,
I
you
went
did a
into
good job.
this one going, I'm off the cuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because
that's
I'm
fine.
playing off you.
That's all right.
All
Okay.
right.
This is
So
about
let's-
me.
okay,
This
so
is about marriage.
Yes.
We're
Wow.
it's like a
Marriage.
We're
Yeah.
married in a
Marriage.
different way.
Yeah.
We're married in a way different
You're
way.
her husband. I'm her boyfriend.
Yeah, he was the
Marriage.
one that was in our wedding going, don't do it. Don't do it.
Mhm.
He was the one.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
Bob is batter on deck.
but not because I wanted Tina.
That's
I needed my movie buddy back.
Yes. Yes. That's another high five, not by me.
Uh,
All right. Okay, so are you ready?
I'm
so I have
ready.
a couple
All right,
more
all
that
right,
I
all
want
right.
to throw out there.
yeah.
Okay.
Please.
So Magic Mike, all day long.
Never seen it.
It wasn't a great movie as far as movies go, but it's C. Tate's. It's Channing
C. Tate's.
Tatum,
I'll
and
give
he
you C.
is my
Tate's.
boyfriend,
Okay,
and I love him.
Okay, that's okay. So wait.
Except,
Wait a minute.
wait.
Time
Hold
out.
it. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Channing Tatum,
C. Tate's.
love C. Tate's, my man. However, Cody Horn,
Who?
who
That's the
played
girl.
Brooke, who's the leading lady, who was supposedly Magic Mike's girlfriend, or the girl that he was interested, the love interest.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, she ruined the movie for me.
She is the producer's daughter.
Producer's daughter.
Yeah, I remember that.
Horrible.
I remember
Yeah.
reading reviews of it,
Horrible.
and everyone was talking about how terrible the girl
She
was.
was
She is
horrible.
so bad.
Like, put a hot chick in there who's
Like-
got
like,
some spunk.
It's
Producer.
just
Like me.
bad. It was bad.
How'd she look though? Was she hot?
No.
Oh.
No,
Mm-mm.
no, it was not a good fit.
No.
I will.
No, no.
I will say this.
Do you remember that person? I don't want to say it on the podcast.
Okay.
Oh.
That's,
Anyway,
that's
anyway.
good radio right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So here's the thing about Magic Mike. Magic Mike. It's a Steven Soderbergh movie.
Yeah, I'm surprised he put.
So
some
that's
like
and
that in
it's
there.
not surprising for him actually to think about it because he does such weird or unique things, right? He's always doing something very experimental. But this was surprising that he did this because it's strippers, but it's done very well. The movie is actually a decent movie. If you had a better actress, that movie would actually be something
she ruined it.
I mean,
She ruined
I
it.
have no problem watching it. I'm
I
very
was-
secure with my sexuality. I can watch a couple guys dance on stage and not get all hot and bothered by it. Right?
They're hanging up right there. Do you see? I hung it up over his computer
Yeah.
right there, Magic Mike.
And then
All
so,
the guys.
Okay, so Tina,
Yeah.
so they were here doing the Avengers review, and they said, "So what's up with that?" I said, "That's Tina's reminder to me on what I need to be like." And they go, "Hey, but what about you to her?" And I said,
That's an upside down heart, right?
"It's an upside down heart that looks
It's
like
an upside down heart that looks
dick
like
and
a
balls.
cock.
Like dick
a
and
dick and
balls.
balls. Yes, yes.
hair in the."
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
that
little
happened.
stumpy
And
one.
actually, Levi drew that, which was really
But it's got good girth.
wrong and
Exactly.
terrible. Okay, so
All right.
Olivia Munn, who's in
Yeah.
the newsroom,
Yeah,
this
that
new
we're watching new now.
Is it Netflix or Amazon?
That is
That was on HBO.
Amazon?
Amazon.
Amazon.
I think.
Love this show,
It
right?
was on HBO.
And
Yeah, I know,
Olivia
but we're just
Munn
not
is
watching.
in
Oh,
it,
okay.
and Jason's like, "Ooh, Olivia Munn." I'm like, "Have I seen her before?"
I've started, yeah.
She was in Magic Mike, but I don't remember her.
She was in X-Men Apocalypse as
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Psylocke.
never saw that.
Psylocke, yeah.
No, we're talking about Magic Mike.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't remember who she was in that
I
movie
don't
either.
remember either, but now I'm gonna pay attention when
Okay.
I watch Magic Mike
Oh,
again.
great. We don't own that one, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Huh.
So Bob, I'm gonna run down the list of movies that we like.
Okay.
Ready? Are you ready?
Wait, are you done with the movies that I hate?
Well,
or something?
Yeah.
Those
well,
are
the
the movies
next
you
one
hate?
that I know.
How
that-
many do you have here?
Okay, I have a lot.
Damn.
So the next one that's on the list,
Okay.
the greatest movie of all time. I've seen it a million times. I read the book. I read the sequel. I've been to Margaret Mitchell's house in Atlanta.
Oh,
Gone with the Wind.
Yeah. That's the one I
1939.
didn't get to write down.
1939, highest grossing movie of all time. If you adjust inflation, it is still
Yeah.
the highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah.
Right?
'Cause
One
no
of the
one
first
had anything to do back then.
Technicolor movies
Right.
that came right after Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
They interviewed 1,400 actresses to fill the role
Did
of
they
Scarlet.
really?
1,400. And do you know how they found Vivien Leigh?
I don't.
She's hot.
Tell
She
me.
was a waitress in a cafe in London.
Huh.
And David Selznick was there, and he brought her over, had her do the
She's British.
what do they call that?
Yeah, she's British.
Yeah, she's British.
Screen test.
She is British, and
Huh.
she pulled off the Southern accent, no problem.
Yeah, never known that.
Brought her back to Hollywood, did the screen, what do they call that? The
Test.
screen test.
Screen test, yeah.
Passed with flying colors, and now she's Scarlett O'Hara forever and ever. Yep.
That,
So-
that is a good movie.
Gone with the Wind is like in a different category. Like I have
It's like
to be,
Casablanca.
Yes, but it has to. I have to be in the mood. But I literally have seen that movie dozens of times, and they always play it at Christmas time, and I always watch it.
That's my mom's favorite movie. I have never seen it.
It's one of those like Casablanca that you should watch.
Isn't it like 5 hours long?
No,
It's
3.
no,
and a half.
it's 4.
Is it 4?
Yeah,
Wow.
and it has
I
a
think that's
very long
why I
intermission.
haven't watched it, because I know it's very
Well,
long.
there's
very
probably
long.
a half-hour intermission too.
Oh, okay.
Like 20 minutes
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
Seems like it.
Okay,
Stupid
so
people
Bob. So
back
the
then
rest of
couldn't
it
hold
belongs to us.
Oh,
Are you ready,
yes.
Bob?
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Roadhouse.
Right.
When me and Bob like to have cocktails, what do? We go downstairs, we crank up Roadhouse.
We put on Dalton.
Dalton.
Can't believe I didn't write Roadhouse on that.
Polar bear fell on me.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
Cocktail. I am the bouncer. Cocktail. God,
Cocktail.
Oh,
That's a close
good.
number two.
That's a Bob Tina movie. Roadhouse,
Coughlin's-
Cocktail, yeah.
Coughlin's Law.
Yeah.
Like Roadhouse and Cocktail.
So if anyone hasn't caught on yet, Bob's like waiting in the wings here, just like, just waiting. Right?
Waiting for Jason to get decapitated
Right.
or
So
something.
don't
These
say
are-
that. What? Don't throw that out there like that. Don't make that. Don't introduce that to the universe.
This is my
Come
evil
on,
laugh.
man. I'm over Clem now.
These
That's my evil
movies
laugh.
are like, that they're not like the greatest movies in the world, but they just bring so much joy.
They make you happy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Everything about Roadhouse is just ridiculous and awesome.
Yeah.
It is one of those.
It's
movies
about
where
a
it's just,
bouncer.
It's so
Yeah.
absurd and bad, but it's so great.
It's about a bouncer.
Pain don't hurt.
Oh, pain don't
You
hurt.
know,
Pain
and
don't
speaking
hurt.
of you earlier, J.C. Penney is coming here because of me.
You were just waiting to
I
say
love
that.
Wesley.
weren't you?
No, it just popped in my
As soon
head.
as you heard J.C. Penney, you were waiting. Our close number 3,
That's fantastic.
Oh, what would our number 3 be?
Dirty Dancing.
Okay, I'll give you Dirty Dancing. There's
Dirty
something about
Dancing.
there's something about the sways, man.
Sways.
Something I'm just not a Dirty Dancing
Dirty
guy.
Dancing.
Dude, whatever.
It was-
Whatever.
I got hit by that with by my sister because one of the first VHSs. I got RoboCop because my dad just thought it was a science fiction movie. He did not realize, so he
Have you
gave
seen
me
RoboCop?
that. Yeah, he gave me that when I was 11 or
Huh?
whatever.
Have you seen RoboCop?
Oh, of course. Do you know
There's-
that they're putting a RoboCop at the Michigan Science
Yeah,
Center?
they're supposed to do it
How do
soon.
you say of course? Like,
Of
course
course.
I've seen
If you
RoboCop.
live in Detroit,
Yeah.
you have seen RoboCop.
Come on.
cross it off my list now.
That's
Yeah.
like saying,
Yeah.
I drink Burners or
Right?
Froyo.
I eat Lay's potato chips.
No, better made.
Whatever. Okay. All
But
right.
anyway, so
So
I got
how-
RoboCop. My sister got Dirty Dancing. So when you only have one video, she kept playing it over and over
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Where it just became, I was like, I know every word of that movie. You know what else she did that to me with was Can't Buy Me Love,
Yes. Yes.
So that's why you're a
another
big
good
and
one.
I
Yeah.
love
Ano-
that movie.
Yeah.
I think that is one
I
of the
didn't put
greatest
that on my
movies
list,
ever.
but yeah.
Ever.
I'm down with that movie.
Yeah.
For sure. See, me and Bob, movie soulmates.
Oh,
right
I'm
here.
aware.
Right here.
Yeah.
Where?
All right, so tell me this.
It's a funny thing that me and Bob are
Moment
movie
of
soulmates, too,
truth,
at the same
Bob.
time.
Zip it.
What?
Moment of truth. Grease 1 or Grease 2?
Grease
He's gonna
2.
say Grease 2.
I knew it! I knew it!
Stephanie Zanoni.
Yeah! The Pink Lady's pledge
Grease
is to act cool, to
Cool.
look cool, and
Right.
to be cool.
Guys, I seriously cannot understand how you guys like that movie.
That's
You
an
know what?
amazing movie.
I freaking hate that movie.
I am curious. When did you see it for the first time?
Oh.
In
way,
the
way,
80s?
way late in the game.
Oh,
Okay.
no. If
'Cause-
you didn't see it in the 80s, then it doesn't count.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think if I saw it now,
But wait a
Like,
minute, I see lots of movies that
fresh?
are older later on.
Grease 2, you needed to see in the
yeah,
80s.
I saw it when I was like 7 or 8.
Yeah, me too. At Kelly Malik's house.
Oh, interesting.
We watched it for like probably two summers in a row. Me and Kelly Malik every day watched that movie.
Okay, but when did you see Grease 1?
After.
Way after.
Way after?
Yeah.
Way
Way after
after.
Grease 2?
Yep.
Yeah.
And actually,
Oh.
Grease
I was
1
just-
has so many mistakes in that movie, it kind of drives me insane.
Mistakes?
Yeah, there's a
Mistakes?
lot of mistakes in that movie. And if you ever look it up online, you'll see. Like they screwed up that movie, like, big time.
Oh.
And then they still put it to print.
Still
No.
put it to print.
Yeah.
It's a newspaper.
They put it to
Now,
video.
now, as an adult, I realize
love
Grease
it.
1 is a better movie by far.
Well,
Well,
Grease
I'm
is,
glad you say that.
Grease
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah.
I feel a
classic.
little bit better about
Grease
you guys.
is- itself
2
is-
though, when you
Ah.
see it that young and it hits you like I thought, oh man, because I saw it in the summer and I was like, oh, when we go back to school, we're all gonna be
Yeah,
dancing and singing.
yeah.
singing
On the
just like
bleachers.
they are.
Yeah.
And,
You and Bolin.
And yeah, bowling. Oh man. But the thing was
Summer loving.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yes. It was young
She is super cute.
Michelle
Oh.
Pfeiffer.
I can turn the sound off maybe and just watch her scenes.
Yeah.
No, you gotta hear her sing
I-
Cool Rider.
I-
If you
If you
really
really
want to
wanna
know
Oh my god.
what I
Oh my freaking god. What the hell was that? Do I need to leave the room? That was ridiculous.
We busted into the same side.
Jesus. You can't post this,
You
Catron.
rule.
That
You
is
rule.
being
Post
posted, and then
I'll never get laid again.
I'm
unless you get divorced.
So this is going into my tapes for my lawyers.
If you really
Later.
want to know
All right,
what I want in a guy.
Let's move on.
Well, I'm looking
Grease,
for
Grease
a
2,
dream on a
Grease 2.
mean machine
Oh.
with hell in his eyes.
Man, but Johnny Nagarelli?
Johnny
Come on.
Nagarelli.
Yeah, I want to stomp my foot in his face.
Oh, no.
Dude, he can't say any words, right? It's
No.
like, my mom wants you to come over for Biscotti.
Biscotti.
That's
Yeah, and Maxwell Caulfield?
Caulfield.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
He was only
Yep.
in 2 movies.
yep. And the Grease 2 was the one.
What was that one?
Empire Records.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
He was
the guy who gets the blowjob.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, he doesn't he bang her?
I think he banged. Yeah, he
Yeah,
banged
he
her.
banged her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
Right.
Okay, and so my very last one, the movie of all time that Jason Catron will never watch and he absolutely fucking hates.
Pearl Harbor.
I didn't even put that on my list.
Did you put any Michael Bay on your list?
My God, I'm so disappointed in myself.
Oh,
I'm so
just to see him
disappointed in
squirm.
myself. No, I put Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh God, I hate that movie.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
You
It
don't
was a
like that
great
movie?
movie.
No.
It's so damn
Uncle
funny.
Rico?
Uncle
Yeah.
Rico's
Come
amazing.
on.
I don't like.
man.
I also don't like Talladega Nights.
Oh.
God damn.
Cool.
Bob, we need to have an intervention.
No, man, I don't like them.
How many times have you seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Enough.
Okay.
Wow.
So number 11 is Pearl Harbor.
More than
I'm
once.
adding it to my
Sawyer
list
hated
right
it
now.
too.
I did not like it.
It's
Wow.
a good movie. It's
Then
fun.
I gave it another chance. I was like, oh okay, maybe I'm just wrong.
Wow. Yeah,
Time out.
Yeah.
All right.
What's up? The fact is, Tina, that you're not sorry. I just came upstairs from getting a beer, everybody, and these two are just
What? You're recording?
singing along.
No, we're not.
Reproduction.
Singing along. Okay.
Reproduction.
So, all right. So, Tina,
Yes.
Grease 2.
You
How dare you? What else you got on there?
All right. So I
never
am so disappointed that I didn't have Pearl Harbor on
Hey,
it.
but that's okay. But I brought it up to you now
Thank
So,
you.
now
I
you
really
have,
appreciate you. This
yeah.
is why our marriage works because
because I hate Pearl Harbor and you love it.
I will watch Pearl Harbor all day
So
long.
let's get right down to it, Tina. Why in the hell do you like Pearl Harbor?
Love story. Love story.
Okay, the fact that it's a love story.
And it's about World War II, which was the greatest generation. Everybody can agree with that.
I don't know. Tom Brokaw said that. Hashtag me too.
Right. So,
All right.
yeah, no.
So,
But, you
okay.
know, I think Nep D is probably the one on there that you are just like...
Nep D.
That's the one that I
Napoleon Dynamite.
Like I
Oh.
get like Grease because it's Grease 2. I get Grease. I get that one, even though I don't like that movie at all. But I don't.
Pearl.
think
There's,
you have
And
to-
there's nothing wrong with Pearl Harbor. It's just overstuffed and it's kind of pointless.
There's nothing wrong with Pearl Harbor.
No, I mean it's an average.
Did you just
movie.
literally say? Did you
Wow.
just say
Wow.
there's nothing
Wow.
wrong?
There's nothing wrong with Pearl Harbor. There's nothing wrong with Pearl Harbor.
I mean the actual attack on Pearl Harbor. That's very well done.
Great action sequence.
Yeah.
Does not make a movie.
No, the story. It was they were
The
obviously
story
trying. They were
sucks.
obviously
The-
trying to
the
make type. They were
Dialogue sucks.
they were trying
the
to make-
love story is fucking forced and stupid with a damn triangle.
Cuba
bullshit.
Gooding Jr.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, he probably the best part of the movie for me for that 10 minutes.
Yeah, he was good.
And he
they were trying to-
represented a person
They
in
were
history
trying to do. They were
that
trying to do
is
Titanic.
significant.
That's why he's probably the best character in the story.
They were
And he's
trying to
not the
do
main character.
Titanic again. That's all it was.
It was such bullshit. So
I especially like the last scene when he's taking little Danny into the crop duster over their farm and they're
it's
like...
all about the feels when it comes to Tina.
That's all that matters.
You know, and
All that
that's all that
matters.
comes down to it.
I don't
Okay.
even remember that part.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Bob, you brought up something interesting earlier.
Did I?
Wait, can I bring up one more?
Oh, you have more on this.
Okay, so
perpetually
you
long
remember
list.
my rant, right?
Yeah.
On Amy Schumer's
I don't remember
movie.
anything.
Amy
Yes.
Schumer's I Feel Pretty,
Yes,
right?
yes.
About the name and like the whatever. So, Godfather 3. Can we talk about Godfather 3 for
We
a minute?
don't have to, but we can.
Okay, so this movie I watched reluctantly because of you. I thought
Godfather
that
3?
Yes, and I thought that it brought everything full circle except that Sofia Coppola ruined the movie for me.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Ruined
If
the
it
movie
wasn't
for
for
me.
her, it could have been considered an equal. not equal maybe, but
No,
right
not
underneath
equal.
You know,
It would be third.
It'd be underneath exactly.
It would be
Wait,
It'd be a distant
did you
third
go
still.
into that movie knowing who she was
No,
and everything?
knew nothing.
No, I saw
about
it when it came out back in the
Yeah,
day.
I saw it
That
at the
was-
theater.
Yeah.
No, I
I
never.
never,
Saw it in the theater.
I never noticed how bad.
But
she
here,
was.
I saw it at a point in life where
she
I
was so
never
bad.
even saw the first two because I was how old? When did that movie come out? 1990, something like that, right? So, like, I had never seen. My folks never showed me The Godfather. I don't think
Yeah, it
they've
was the
ever
first
seen The
one I saw.
Godfathers.
I saw it with my uncle. He wanted to see it and he needed someone to go with. I'm like, I'll go.
My mom also took me to
I
see
was like
David.
14, I think.
I saw David in like that same time frame. My mom took me to see David.
What's that?
It's about David of Nazareth.
King David?
Yeah. Yes.
Was it Richard Gere?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and there were some vicious deaths in this, and I was like,
Sweet.
holy shit.
Sweet.
I was like, man, this is pretty violent and shit. But anyway, okay, so
Okay, so Sofia Coppola ruined that movie
she
for
does
me.
ruins the movie.
One movie that's on here.
What
that,
are these now?
Okay, so these
Is this
are
a
just like
different list?
these. Okay, so I went through greatest romantic comedies of all time.
Yes.
And I just started jotting down the ones that I absolutely love.
I must throw. So I have to throw in a
Oh,
caveat
fuck.
here.
Where is this going?
I've seen a lot of. I've dated a lot of women, so I've had to see in a lot of romantic comedies in my life.
He's had to put in his time.
And
Yeah.
and eventually I started appreciating them, even though they're kind of all the same. You know,
Of course.
you know, they don't like each other, and then they all get together at the end, and someone works at a magazine, you know, in New
Yeah.
York.
Somebody
That
works
is
at
a thing. That is a thing.
Somebody works in a magazine. That's awesome.
But as time went on, I'm like, I kind of like some of these. I like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh,
and-
that's on my list. Yeah, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
I fucking
Because
hate you two sometimes.
only-
the fact that you guys
only-
are together. I love you guys
only-
separately. I hate you guys together.
You've Got Mail's great. Anything with Tom Hanks and
Kate
Meg Ryan.
Hudson. I mean, come on.
She's adorable. I love Kate Hudson.
Dude, I love Kate Hudson.
Yeah,
no
I
matter
love it.
what she does,
It's
I
got
love
the
it.
McConaughey in it.
Kate Hudson.
I don't have
Matthew
the love
Mc-
for McConaughey that you
Okay,
do.
so
I like
time
McConaughey.
out. Time out.
Yeah.
What?
Time
How
out
to
for your
Lose a
bag.
Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah,
Kate Hudson, Matthew McConaughey, right?
yeah. One of them works for a magazine, I'm sure.
6.4.
Yeah, Kate Hudson
6.4 on IMDb.
She's writing the article. How to Lose
That
a Guy.
is bull, as Matthew McConaughey would say in that movie. That is bullshit. That is bullshit.
That's her Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, that's
That
my
sounded
really
ju-
horrible
Sounded
thing.
just like.
Okay, but I want to talk about a movie that's a little under the radar.
Oh.
All right, all right,
So,
all right.
years ago, all right.
Way to be up on it.
Yeah, I do like Players Club too.
Players Club?
Dallas Players Club.
Dallas Players Club.
Oh, yeah. That
Okay,
was a
so a
good
movie that Liz and I discovered years ago when we were living together. We went to Ann
Ooh.
Arbor.
And they were scissoring.
In our very lesbian phase in life, we weren't actually lesbians, but she's my wife, and you know,
and your future husband.
yeah,
Wow.
well,
You have
yeah.
a lot of
You have it all worked
relationships.
out. Yeah.
I do have a lot of relationships. So we went and saw Before Sunrise.
Oh well, of course you're gonna bring up the
Yeah.
Sunrise movies.
Wait,
Oh.
that was like 1995.
Yeah. So me and Liz went and saw it at the Ann Arbor Theater, and
When
we're
it was
like,
new?
no, this was like in 2005.
Oh,
And we
that's
went
when
to
I
go
saw
see it. Yeah. So we went to go see it. I think they did a re-release of it, and we were like, "Oh my god!"
No, it
this
was earlier
movie.
than that. It was like 2004. No, it was like 2000. Yeah, because I saw it, and then I found out they had a sequel.
Yes. So
Was coming out. And I was
Before
like, oh, how
Sunrise
weird.
is me and Liz, one of our favorite movies of all time. And then After Sunset came out 10 years later.
You guys are lame. You guys didn't see the first one when it first
Actually,
came
it
out.
was
in
20
the
years later.
mid-nineties?
It was 10 years after me and Liz
You guys
saw
are
it.
lame. I even saw that
Listen,
movie. The first one.
So it was 10 years after
I
we
tried to
saw
watch
it.
that,
It
that
was
was
20
boring.
years after the movie actually came out. And then After Sunset came out, which was the sequel. And me and Liz went there. And you know what the funniest thing about that movie was?
Alright.
Number one, it's all dialogue. And it's like you're so into it. And like that's so me and Liz's thing. We're just like so in it.
Did you call it After Sunset?
It's called After
No,
Sunset.
it's called Before Sunset. It's called Before Sunrise,
Before
Sunset,
Sunrise and After
bef-
Sunset.
And before...
No, it's Before Sunrise and After Sunset.
No. Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and before... Oh, what's the last one
Kingdom
called?
Come.
No, there was only two.
No, there's a third one.
What?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
You're so
We're gonna back this up.
Hold on, I got
Hang
you.
on. Hang on.
You guys.
You didn't realize there was a third one?
There's a third one. Which one do you even think's the first one?
Before Sunrise.
Before Sunset and Before Snowfall.
No.
There is a third one. Bob, it's called...
Before Midnight.
That's right.
Okay, so we have Before Sunset.
No, Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, Before Midnight.
Sunrise, Before Sunset, Before Midnight. Right. So, Liz and I really got into this movie, and I'm going to tell you, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's like all dialogue, and there's not a lot going on.
It's your
in this
favorite
movie.
movie of all time? It's your favorite series of all time because it's 3 movies. What do you like about it?
Oh, I love like
Each one of them or one of them in particular?
Oh, all of them together.
So you like the fact that there's like the story and it has a beginning, a middle, and an end?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it took 20-some years to like get this whole
See,
story
I appreciate
19.
that. I saw the first one and only the first one, and I remember I saw it Michigan State because I was out there trying to hook up and
with lesbians. No.
Okay. Not that I know of.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
All right.
I don't know.
You should see the third one. Ethan
weird.
Hawke gets the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, damn! I heard that movie's
Nope.
awesome.
Nope. So let me tell you a funny story. So when
Oh.
Liz and I left that movie in 2013, when it
Okay.
came out,
Went home and made out.
well, that's what people think, but we didn't actually.
That's
But
what
when
people
we were,
think. Who are these people?
lots of people.
Everyone watching them walking out of the theater. They're gonna go home and take
Yeah.
that.
She's
Oh,
my
yeah.
wife, so things happen. So we're walking out of this movie,
Jeez.
and so this guy was behind me, and I don't want to give away the movie if someone hasn't seen it.
It's been out for over.
I
12
get it,
years.
but like someone might want to go see it. But
No.
anyway, this guy like looks at me and he goes, "Yeah, I've had that fight like 100 times in my marriage.
Good
like I've been married
Lord.
like 40 years."
That movie was uncomfortable.
Yeah, like you feel like
The last
you were,
one?
You
Yeah.
feel like you were in the middle of like a couple who like was trying to break up.
See, I don't want that. I don't
Yeah.
want to watch that.
But it was at the same time.
But if you
it was
you watch their
therapeutic
whole
in a weird way.
yeah, you watch their whole relationship,
Yeah.
and it's like, especially after the second one, where you're like, you leave on such a hopeful note, even though it's kind of shitty on his part because he's married and has
Yeah.
a kid.
Oh,
But you,
okay.
but
Yeah,
you,
like I said, I
but,
only
but,
saw the first one.
but you wanted them to get together.
And he stays
you know?
with her, and yeah. It's
And
a
then
great
you're like,
movie.
oh sweet, there's a third one where they're together, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh,
And then they hate each
marriage
other.
sucks.
Yeah.
As you guys can attest.
Well, it doesn't suck. It just requires change, right? So you asked earlier, like how do you watch movies? And there's a difference.
Yeah.
Do you have any more movies before
get
I
up at 5 in the
I?
morning.
Okay, so I have a couple.
Oh my
Sex
goodness,
and the
you
City.
still have more movies on this
That's a
list.
TV show.
Sex and the City, the
Oh,
movie.
fuck off. Move on.
Yeah.
Next.
Shakespeare in Love. Gwyneth Paltrow. In the 90s.
Should not have won an Oscar.
No, it's not a bad movie.
It was a cute movie.
Should not have won an Oscar.
Could have
No.
totally been
Saving
real.
Private Ryan should have won the Oscar. We've done this.
Yeah.
Could have
we
totally
did
been
this.
the.
Yeah.
You and I.
Could have totally been real. We don't know.
What?
16.
Pretty sure it's not real.
16
Ben
candles.
Affleck wasn't there.
16 Candles?
16 candles.
16 candles.
That's one
down
everybody
the-
can agree on.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
We almost named our dog
Farmer Ted.
Long Duck Dong.
Yes. Oh my god, how did you not? You have a Chinese dog.
Oh, we do have a Chinese
Oh,
dog.
you
We
could have just called him
almost-
the Donger.
Yeah, we could have called him the dog.
Thanks for loaning me the
yeah,
Donger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
we almost named him Long Duck Dog.
That was a fact. Like, we're not just making that up for the podcast. Like, that happened. Before he even got here, before he even left Beijing, we're like, yep, Long Duck Dog.
Long Duck
That
Dog.
would've been
Yep.
And then
brilliant.
Jesse was like, no, his name's Jim.
We couldn't get rid of Jim.
All right, more movies. Come on,
All
move
right.
on.
There's
Princess
a China
Bride.
Mike Spencer.
Oh, fantastic movie.
Princess Bride,
Well,
That's
all day long.
universally loved.
Yeah, yeah.
While you were sleeping.
Fuck off.
I like
Fuck
that movie.
you!
I like
no.
that movie. That's
Right,
a good movie.
Bob? Yes.
That's a
that
good
was a
movie.
high five. Sandra Bullock, Peter Gallagher. Oh, yeah. All day long.
I like that one.
Yeah. And, of course, How to
And
Lose a
Sandra
Guy in
Bullock.
10 Days, because it's Kate Hudson, and we love Kate Hudson, don't we, Bob?
Yep.
Yep.
But what about, like, you didn't bring up, like, the wonderful Meg Ryan trilogy?
Yes.
I mean, When Harry Met Sally,
yeah,
Sleepless in
it
Seattle,
was.
and You've Got Mail. Damn, those are good movies.
You know,
I'll give you the
I'll
first
go
two.
with You've Got Mail. Sleepless in Seattle.
I like that.
I'm on the fence about
I don't like
Sleepless in
You
Seattle.
Got Mail.
I mean, the
Yeah, I
best
like
one
You
is
Got Mail.
When Harry Met Sally.
So
Well,
my,
of course,
you know, here's a
that's a
funny
classic.
fact.
That's
My
classic.
dad and his wife actually went on the You Got Mail tour in New York City. Isn't that
There's a
interesting?
New York tour.
There is a New York
Don't you
tour.
just
For
walk
that
around
movie?
the Upper East Side? That's
Yeah.
all they do in the movie.
And apparently there's one for Sex and the City too, which we're gonna.
Is there
do
like a
next
Taxi
time.
Driver New York tour?
I'm sure there is.
There's a Seinfeld one.
Have you ever watched Taxi Driver?
No.
Yeah, it's on my list
No.
here of movies I can't believe you not watched.
Yeah, no. Okay. All right. So, okay, and then here's some fun facts that I jotted down.
Oh, fun fact.
Okay.
Wow, Tina
so
really came prepared
Here's
here.
some fun facts.
Okay.
Yes, I have 2 pages of notes.
Wait.
Okay.
Let me see this. Hold on before she starts reading. Wow, Bob's muscles are really big now. He's looking- What? You don't have to say that to Jason. Don't make him feel bad.
I don't.
Yeah.
I won't read
Give
anymore.
it back to
yeah.
me. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing for him.
Good.
Um,
Wow.
we
Yeah.
love you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I gotta
so
stop flexing. I might knock over the microphone.
yeah. We wanted video tonight.
That sound
Catch
effect's
on.
gonna get used over and over again.
All right, so here's some fun facts. I call actors by their character names always, but Jason always knows their real life names and will give me the last 2 to 3 movies that they were in.
Because he's a movie snob.
It's
Yeah, he's a
what I
movie
do.
encyclopedia. Totally.
I try.
Like, that's a
Work on it.
fact. Like, I'll be like, oh, that's Carrie Bradshaw. And he's like, no.
No.
He's like, that is
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sarah Jessica Parker. Or whatever.
I don't
you know,
know.
I'll be like, oh, there's
That's a
Noah.
bad example, but
There's
you'll
Noah?
say
Yeah,
somebody.
there's Noah. And
Who's
he'll be
Noah?
like, no, that was
Noah from what?
from the Notebook.
From the Ark.
It's Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
And
Ryan
Drive.
Gosling, our favorite Canadian.
From La La Land.
And La La Land was on here too.
You like La La Land?
I totally passed up La La Land. That was like on my list.
Nobody likes La La Land.
Dude.
It won an Oscar. A lot of people like.
Oh
La La Land.
my god.
Everyone
La
I
La
talk
Land
to doesn't like it.
is-
I liked it.
Did you?
I
Oh, yeah.
hate it now because I've watched it 100 times. 'cause
Yes,
Okay.
because I watch it
But when
all
I
the
saw
time.
it, I was
movies.
like telling all, I especially thought girls I knew would like it. And
Yeah.
after the second song, I turned it off. I'm like,
It's a musical.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not a big fan of musicals, but La La Land, oh my god.
I am not either. And this, you know what I did the other day? Being a single guy,
I can only imagine.
Watch La La Land
I
with,
watched.
with a bottle of Pinot Noir.
I watched The Greatest Showman.
Yes, we saw that recently.
We did not
too.
like it.
Did not like it.
Oh my god, I loved it.
Hated that
I
movie.
listened
Greg
to.
really liked it.
I listened to the soundtrack on the way here.
Really?
I thought the songs were so good.
So
The
Craig-
kids love it. The
Craig
kids.
highly recommended it. He's like, you and Tina should watch it. More importantly, you and Tina should watch it, he said. And I was like, oh, he's like, I really enjoyed it. So we watched it just recently,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and neither
Nope.
of us can get into it.
I was
yeah.
on my phone more than I was.
Miller
watching.
was like, "You gotta watch it," and I'm like, "Oh, I was just curious to see Wolverine
Yeah.
sing."
Well, plus
never
I
heard
was
his
like
voice.
Wikipediaing, like the guy. Is that a thing?
Oh, I did that
Wikipediaing?
after. Yeah,
So I was
Wikipediaing.
looking up the guy who.
P.T.
What's his
Barnum?
name? Barnum. What's
P.T.
his name?
Barnum.
Okay, so I was looking up his life, and I was like, okay, so how close does it resemble the
You
movie?
do that after
And-
the movie.
I know, but you know what? Me and Liz
Weirdo.
have this. Okay, so that's the next thing on my list.
Wow, I really
So,
like the songs in that movie.
We have to know
You
like
can edit
what's
that
going
out,
on in the
'cause-
movie, like with
well,
the
never
actors.
mind. I'm
Like
not getting late again anyway.
we need to know the story. So if Liz and I are watching a movie, because we do that sometimes, and we sit down and we watch a movie. Like
Sure,
she and
that's
I
what
are
they
on
call
our
it, watch a
phones. We're like,
movie.
we want to know like what
Oh.
happened in real
Yeah.
life, like how real is this to the story. Like Liz and I do that
Uh huh.
without scissoring. We don't do that.
No, they're scissors.
Okay. So another thing.
That was a you're right laugh.
Another thing is that I need to know the answer to the cliffhanger before it happens.
Oh, it drives me fucking crazy.
Fuck. why
and
would you do
Jason
that to
and Jason
yourself?
always says, "We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
No one knows
You
yet.
gotta wait."
We're not supposed to know yet. Just wait. You're gonna know in a minute. Like if something happens, like there's a character, a new character, or something happens, and we're not told yet, and she wants to know, I'm like, wait, you're gonna find out.
That's the point of a story.
Right.
I know.
It drives me
but
crazy.
I can't wait. I can't wait
Just
for the
wait.
anticipation. Kills
Wait
me.
for it. It's gonna happen. You're not supposed to know right
Yeah.
now. You can guess, but you're not supposed to know right now. They're not telling you.
How weird you
Wait.
want to do that to
No,
yourself.
the anticipation kills
Drives
me.
me crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. Okay. What else? you
So,
got?
and then the very last thing is that, and Jason will agree with me on this 110%, I will watch any period piece that's out there ever.
Yeah, and anytime I see a movie that's a period piece, that's a recommendation to Tina.
Yeah.
As long as it's not violent.
Yeah.
You know.
That's bonkers.
Like Game of Thrones, I got 20
violent.
minutes in, and I was like, nope, fuck this.
Wait, I thought
nope.
you were into period pieces.
Yeah, but it can't
I
be
am,
violent.
but Game of Thrones was way too violent, for me.
Oh.
They in the first 20 minutes of the very first episode, they decapitated someone and they killed a horse.
Did you ever see Braveheart?
I saw parts of Braveheart, but
Couldn't
again,
do it,
it was
could
too
you?
much. It was too
That
much.
figures.
Oh.
I couldn't take it.
But you
So-
like period pieces.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
So
the
that's
Crown.
what,
The Crown. Oh,
See?
and that's the other thing. I binge watch movies or shows, right? So if I find a show like The Crown, I watch
Breaking
Victoria. I watch
Newsroom.
like right.
Every show you binge watch.
The Newsroom.
Dude.
As soon as I find a show that I like, I binge watch it. I will stay up till 2 a.m. sometimes
That's why
and watch
that's
the
why
show.
I don't
Leaves
like
me in the
it.
dust,
People are always
dude.
telling me to get into shows. Like, watch this show. I'm like, I'm scared.
Right.
Because I'm like, if I get into this, that's my whole week.
It's a book that you can't put down.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
I'm scared.
that happened to me with 13 Reasons Why on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I'll watch the first episode. And
I
I was kind of into it. And I was like, all right, I'll watch the second one. I had the whole series done in like 3 days.
Yeah.
And that's what I hate. I hate doing that.
And what's
Yeah,
the other one that we did that with? Well, Breaking Bad.
A lot of them. I mean, we binge watch a lot of
Breaking
shows.
Bad. That's actually how we got Jesse's name. He's named after Jesse Pinkman. That's how we got Jesse's name.
He's
Because
not, he's not named after Jesse Pinkman.
well,
but his
and
name
we
was
were
inspired
watching
by
Breaking Bad. We
the
were
name.
binge watching to catch up at the time, and
You should've
I was
named him
like,
Mike
I was like
Ehrmantraut.
pregnant out to here, and we were watching, and I'm like, Jesse, that's his name. That's his
Then
name.
it became Jesse James. Catherine.
Jesse James.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, you know,
All
hey
right.
man, that's a compiled list. I applaud you for taking some time there, Tina.
You are welcome.
Good job.
That is
Good
where
job.
we differ, though. I'll give you is period pieces because
Yeah.
when I see a period piece, I'm like, no electricity. It's hard to.
But you need to watch Pride and Prejudice. Like
All
I
right.
feel like I want to sit at
'Cause
home.
Actually, yeah, you
don't-
should watch it. It's a good
I
movie.
don't.
It's a
I'm like,
good movie.
Life,
Oh, Bob,
life
just
without
do it.
electricity would be
Bob,
so boring.
me and you, like we're connected. I
Alright.
know.
So
you'll
what?
Like it.
Last on Mohicans, you can't watch that.
I saw it. I read the book, so I had to watch the movie.
So
we've
like,
been
that's
to
why
the-
you can't watch westerns because there's no electricity.
Well, it's harder for me.
Dude, I want to slap you sometimes. there's this. How many westerns do you have in mind that you haven't watched yet?
5.
I gave you like 6.
I watched 2 of them.
So you have
He
4
watched
left.
one.
No, I watched 3 of them.
You watched 3. So you have 3 left. What's the third one you watched?
Well, I saw Unforgiven. I think I watched all of Once Upon a Time in the West. It was
That's my favorite. And then there was a third one, which
we
was
saw it at the movies.
it would have been Searchers. Did
The
you watch
Searchers.
The Searchers?
Yeah, I saw it with you.
Well, okay, that's right. So that's why I took
That was
one
in the
back. That's
pile.
right,
That was in
that's
the
right.
pile.
What, Tina?
Which I
Tina,
really
Tina's got
liked.
time out.
I gotta pee.
All right, so Bob, you asked about married life watching movies. That's pretty cool.
I like that.
It's like the Coke
So
commercial.
it really comes down to like you said earlier, I had to adapt my viewing schedule, right? And I think what it really comes down to is just I had to adapt what I really wanted to watch because what I want to watch is stuff that I had to sneak in to watch. I don't mean
Give me like an example of a movie you'd have to sneak in at like 5 in the morning.
something that she's not going to watch.
Like, how do you know though?
I just
Because
know
it's
I know
violent?
I know my wife.
You know,
'Cause the-
a horse is gonna die.
Okay, so anything everything heavy science fiction.
Nope.
Oh wow.
Okay, anything war or violent in that regard, right? So you have war or big action movies.
Or if
no.
kids are in trouble or die.
Right, yeah, well, there's
Like
that. You know.
I can't do it.
Any animals that get that are gonna die, even if it's like Mad Max or Road Warrior,
Nope.
right? The animal. It's just I know what she's gonna like. I know what she's not. So like Road Warrior, any Mad Max movie, any of my westerns, except for apparently 2. Which
Would
are
you
some
have
of the
like
best
The
ones.
Quiet Place?
No, hell no.
Oh no.
Hell no.
I saw the preview for that, and I nudged Jason in the movies, and I said, "Oh
Nope.
hell
so
no!"
I know what she's
Nope.
gonna like, and that's why I know So when I'm sitting downstairs,
because it has to do with kids.
sometimes I'm
during
an
an
asshole.
apocalypse.
Yeah, that's good.
Sometimes I'm an asshole, and I'll be on Netflix or something, and I'll find something that I want to watch. I'm like, well, she should watch this. Fuck it, she should watch this, and I'll put it anyways. And she'll be like,
And it
"What
never
the hell are
works
you
out
watching?"
for you.
Not
It
all the time.
never works out
Sometimes,
for you.
Sometimes.
It never works.
And
Sometimes.
I'll lean over and I'll be like,
Seriously.
do you really think this is something I would want to watch? And he'll say no.
So it's
and
my.
I'll change it.
So I have to find something that I know she's gonna like, right? So when I'm with her downstairs, we only have the 2 TVs here, one in the bedroom, which I don't want to watch on, and then one downstairs, right? So I have to be selective. So if I want to watch something, it's gonna have something that she likes, and I'm hoping I'll get her to watch something that she likes that I like too.
Cops
a
are
little
coming
bit.
to take you away for your horrible taste.
Horrible taste. Horrible taste. But ultimately, it's just you know you have to pick your battles,
We have
right?
the same taste, Bob. You can just tolerate. You tolerate the violence a little.
I'll go
better
to the
than I do.
pokey with you. We'll have to
Pokey.
share. We'll
The
share a
poke-
cell.
He
We'll
just called
share
it the
a
pokey.
cell.
Called the pokey. So, at any rate, I have to be selective. So I
Is
get
that
up
what the
early,
kids are calling
stay
it
up
these
late.
days? The
Sure.
pokey?
They
Okay.
used to call it the pokey,
Yeah.
not anymore.
Kids don't get arrested anymore.
Kids don't get
They don't leave
arrested.
the house.
They just poke.
Okay. So, but I would say my viewing has gone way down ever since having kids, obviously. That really changes things, right? Because, now it's just not a matter of what
But
I'm
you
going to watch with Tina.
But you still see a heck of a lot of movies.
Yeah, you get to the movies at
You
least
go
once a
a
week,
lot.
right?
Lately, especially I'm getting those screenings,
Yeah.
especially, right? And then we'd have our Thursday with you, me, and and Paul. We
Yeah.
would do our screening, our movies, but at home, I'm talking.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my home viewing. When I go to the movie theater, that's my escape. That's getting to the movie theater. I love the theater. I don't mean escape from real life. I don't use movies that way. I love the escape of a movie, just being at the movies. I love the whole thing. Getting in line, getting the popcorn, sitting down.
And
I love it.
FYI, if you ever go to the movies with Jason Catchon,
I recommend it, by the way.
If you don't get there at least 30 minutes before and in your seat, he's very pissed off.
Well, it's not. I don't have to be there 30
Very
minutes.
pissed off. I get in after the previews are over because I'm like, who the fuck wants to see the preview?
Well, first of all, I want a goddamn
and
seat.
he's so mad.
I want a seat, and I don't want to go to a place that I have to have assigned seating because I like my theater, right? They don't have assigned seating there, so I want to get my seat, and I have a certain area that I want to sit in. I want to get in there. I don't want to be getting popcorn and walking in when it's dark. I don't want to sit in when
that's
the movie
you.
starts.
I'm like, I want to sit down and have my movie start.
We sit in the same spot every time.
Yes.
But luckily, him and Paul get there early, so I don't have to get there that early.
I don't mind it because then me and Paul talk. We have a conversation. We get a drink. So it's it's part of the
when we
process.
went to go see Ready Player One, and Steve came, and he was texting. He goes, "Oh, save us a seat." I'm like, "Oh, you can have the whole row behind us."
It was very shocking.
Yeah, we're in the hugest
It was completely
theater
empty.
of the whole place, and there was nobody there. And he goes, "You're already there?" Yup, we're on Catron movie time.
Hey, man.
We're there 30 minutes
Hey.
before. We are in our seats. We have our popcorn. We are ready
We are
to
ready
go.
to fucking go.
We
You
are
know
ready
what?
to go.
You
And
don't
then
have to like it, but you're gonna have to fucking do it.
And you know when he showed up? He showed up right when the movie was starting. I'm like, that's how Caldwell's do it. That's how Caldwell's do it.
I'm not interested in showing up when the movie starts.
That's what
I wanna
That's
get
what I
settled in.
am interested in, is showing up when the movie starts.
So
no bullshit.
So we have adapted to this point where we'll drive separate. I'll get to the movie theater.
Really?
And,
Yeah.
Not when we're together.
Oh.
But when I'm going with Paul or something, or we're going with more of
If
a
it's
group.
just him and I, he just gets pissed at me because I'm like, we got 40 minutes. He's like, we have 15 minutes, bitch. Let's go. Let's go. And he's like, I gotta get my popcorn. We gotta get the right seat.
Yeah,
I want to sit in my seat. I don't want to just sit down and be like, all right, movie starts. Let's go.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that.
He
I wanna
wants to
sit in.
settle
I want to
in,
get relaxed.
think
I wanna
about
watch my
it,
movie, man. It's an
contemplate
experience for
life.
me.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Your theater is the only theater that I go to that doesn't have assigned seating. Everywhere else, I do. I mean,
Yeah, most
so
places do.
It never even occurs to me.
Yeah, well,
And before they had assigned seating, I'd get there maybe 15 minutes early.
Yeah.
yeah, and with
And
the
that's early for a movie.
Yeah.
if you have assigned seating, it's a totally different story.
But that's just my mental problem. I get to work 15 minutes early every day, just in case there's traffic or
you know
an
what?
accident.
Here's a big little secret for both of you.
You're
Yeah.
such a
It's
full ass.
not a
Yeah.
fucking problem to be someplace early. And that
It
goes
is for
for
me.
you.
No,
That
I
is for
only-
me
It doesn't
because that
fucking
15
just
minutes.
do it.
Do you know how much I can do in that 15 minutes before I leave?
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's
masturbate
so
3
I
times.
Get a nap.
every minute counts in my life. Every minute counts. That could be the difference between my laundry sitting downstairs in the washer for 3 days. That could be the difference between the dishes being done or not being done. That could be the difference between whether my children are bathed.
Yeah, you
There's
fuckhole.
so much.
All right. So we're gonna get to this right now because this is a list of movies that I cannot believe my wife has not seen.
Let's see if I really haven't seen them.
And I'm curious. Some of them I'm actually curious about.
There might be some on there that I've seen.
Okay.
That you just don't know. Because
See,
you just don't know.
these
me
are in
past
no
on.
particular order, so I just wrote them as they came to mind. So, so my first one is Alien.
Nope.
It's a shame.
Well, no, I shouldn't. I take that back. I did see it in the 80s. I barely remember it. It was so.
You probably saw Aliens.
Isn't that what you just said?
No, Alien. And then
Alien and
is the
Aliens.
sequel.
Oh God, I don't know.
Aliens,
the
the
difference.
first one. Aliens.
I don't know.
In
What
plural.
I
Yeah.
have no fucking.
The first
idea.
one only has one alien in it.
That's stupid.
The second one
That's
has
stupid.
Aliens.
Yeah.
You know
Dumb.
what?
Multiple
You know what? It's
aliens.
not dumb because the first movie has an alien. It's about one alien. The second movie is about an infestation of aliens.
So it's called Aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah.
Like-
Two very different movies. One's a
Lame.
horror movie in space. One's an action movie in space.
Okay, so
I swear to God, this
Let's
water.
just say I barely saw one of them, but I don't know
Okay,
which
so that's the first one on my list. My second
Number
one.
2
because
is...
it's scary and it's science
Wait, let me
fiction.
guess. Oh, Fight Club? Okay.
What are you gonna say?
I was going to say My Stepmother Seductions 3.
Oh, that's your list.
Oh,
Is that a
List.
porno?
no.
Oh.
Rob, okay, so I think every single podcast Bob has brought up a porno.
Okay.
And I wonder
What?
if you put the titles together if it means something.
Yeah, secret code.
Okay, second movie, Fight Club.
Of course I've seen.
You've
Fight
seen
Club.
it?
Oh yeah, a couple times.
All right.
Yeah. The guy with the
You don't know your
boobs and-
wife. I know your
Some of
wife.
these I said I don't know if she's seen or not.
Oh.
I'm hoping she did.
Yeah.
North by Northwest, Alfred Hitchcock.
Nope.
And that's a shame. Any Alfred Hitchcock.
Nope.
That's exactly
Oh no,
right.
I did see Birds.
Is he Psycho?
The Birds.
You didn't see Psycho? No, of course
Whatever.
not. That's a horror
No.
movie.
Oh, yeah, horror movie.
Right? You didn't see Vertigo or Rear Window. You've watched Rear Window
Can
with me,
I-
haven't you?
Yes.
I think I
because
made you watch
showed
that
it
one.
to
Exactly.
me.
It's one of those.
You did show it to me.
Okay.
I think I fell asleep in it. I'm not a fan of Alfred Hitchcock.
So my next one's called Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh, yes, audience. I'm swooping in there tonight.
Do you like Alfred Hitchcock?
I just sound like the penguin there.
Do you like him?
I'll say whatever you want me to say, baby.
Yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock,
That's the
I don't
right
like
answer.
all Alfred Hitchcock, but there's
That
some
is the
fantastic.
right
Okay.
answer.
So-
I don't think I've seen them all.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Of course not.
Of course not. Once Upon a Time in the West, because I know you're not going to ever see that, and it's my favorite Western of all time, so that's on the list.
Yeah.
Any
I think
really old
I
Western.
think we have seen it, but I think I fell asleep in
The
that
good,
one too.
I don't blame you on that one. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
No, you never showed it to me.
How about
No.
Goonies? Have you ever watched Goonies,
Of course
Tina?
I have. Yes,
wanna
I
make
have.
sure.
Yes.
Have you seen Gremlins, Tina?
Yes.
Yeah.
Midnight.
How about Explorers, Tina? Have you seen Explorers?
Never heard of it.
How about Daryl?
I've seen
How about
Daryl.
The Last Starfighter?
Oh, I love the Last
War
Starfighter.
Games.
Yes.
These are just movies that were on HBO every day when we were kids.
Right?
You couldn't not
There was
see
only
them.
like 9 movies, like in the
They were on every. War Games was on every day.
every day.
Okay.
Do
How
you
about?
want to play
I know she's never seen the three of these, the Lord of the Rings.
The
movies.
Three Amigos.
I've seen the Lord of the Rings. I've seen one.
You've seen one of them?
One of them.
That's a shame. Which one?
Probably the first one is my
Okay.
guess.
Okay. Matrix trilogy.
No, because I think that movie is boring and I fell asleep every time I tried to watch it. You and I have tried to watch it at least 2 times
The
and I
first
fell
one?
asleep. Yeah,
First one's pretty good.
yeah. I
Those
was
are
not
really good.
interested
2
in
and
that
3
movie.
2 and 3 are
I think if it was a
necessary,
book,
but
if it was a book, I think I'd be more into it.
so I mentioned a whole bunch of 80 movies there. Any 80s action movie from
Any
Die Hard.
Die Hard?
Die Hard, of
How
course.
about
I have.
Terminator?
Yes.
How
Terminator
about
2.
Roadhouse?
Yes.
Shut up.
And of course,
How about okay, I said Terminator 2. How about you said RoboCop?
Yep.
So you've seen some 80s movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tango and Cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Who's Cash?
I don't remember.
Who's Tango?
Don't remember. But I know I've seen it.
Bullshit.
You know what? You know what though?
Bullshitter. You'd fold in court.
Trading
man.
Places.
Okay,
Yeah, that's a good action
That
movie.
should have been on my list.
That's 80s
Oh,
movie.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were doing action.
Who's
I'm gonna get you
putting
something.
their cools out on my floor? Who? Who's putting their cools out on my floor?
But I finally showed her. It wasn't. I'm gonna get you, sucker.
I'm gonna get you
Yeah,
stuck
that
Oh, that
shit's
was
funny
funny.
as hell.
That was really funny.
I haven't seen that forever.
I was laughing so hard.
He's like,
at
you know who that is, right? You know who that is, right? I'm like, yes, I know who that is.
Who?
Everybody, man, from all the
Everybody.
people from color.
Living Color?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about House Party?
Oh, we didn't even talk about House Party.
Great
Never
One
talk about
and
House
2.
Party. How come we never watch House Party?
Shit, I don't know.
Shit, I know that movie by heart.
Friday's a
Friday.
good movie that you introduced to me that I love.
Did I introduce it to you?
Friday, bitches.
That's
yeah.
that's not a
Hey, by the way, happy 4th. May 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
You know how many times I've seen that today? So annoying.
Did you see Jason?
It was funny when it was like an obscure thing.
Did
but
you
now
see
it's-
Jason Catron's face on Han Solo's body?
Yeah, it was very nice Photoshop.
Yeah, wasn't it?
I was confused for a second. I was like, oh, Harrison
pretty hot.
Ford looks really
Right. Okay. I know Tina has never seen Flash Gordon.
I have, actually.
Bullshit.
I have. When I was a kid, I saw Flash Gordon.
Huh.
I have 3 brothers.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you kidding me?
How about Blade Runner?
No.
Out of Sight.
No.
Reservoir Dogs.
Nope.
Scarface.
Nope. Oh, yes. Yes, I've seen Yes. Yes.
good.
Taxi
Goodfellas.
Driver. Goodfellas, you've seen that. Yeah, we watched that quite a bit.
Your
Taxi Driver.
uterus is so polluted. That one? Oh.
That's a pretty good impression. I thought Al Pacino was here.
Taxi Driver, Raging Bull.
Nope.
How many Scorsese movies have you ever seen?
Goodfellas.
I don't know.
How many Spielberg movies have you seen?
A lot. Back to the Future?
That's not Spielberg.
He produced it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. Thank you, Bob.
Bullshit.
Thank
That
you.
doesn't count. Have you seen the Terminator movies? You said Terminator 1. Which
Yeah.
one did you see? Did you see the one with...
I saw the first one. Yeah.
Okay. The second one's like the big one, though.
No, I like the McGee
I don't know if
one.
I saw the second one.
Shut up. Shut up, you. Some surprises in there. Some surprises in there. Now, there's a lot of movies I wish I would have taken note on in the past. Like, there's always that movie where you're flipping through Netflix or Amazon or cable, HBO, whatever, and you're like, oh, Tina, have you ever seen this? And she says no, and you're like, fuck you. There's been a lot of moments like that where, like, I'm like, you've never seen that movie. Like Deer Hunter or something like that, like, you're like, you've never seen that movie.
Why would I, the vegetarian, watch a movie called The Deer Hunter? That would never happen.
Oh my god, that's so stupid. Oh my god, that is awesome.
I'm sorry.
This
is Deer Hunter.
Whoa. Wow, Bob has a conniption fit over here. All right. Holy cow.
okay, Bob.
It's okay. Have you ever seen 17?
I guess if you thought, yeah, we would think it's about hunting deer.
It's not about hunting deer. But, okay.
The
so,
title lies. Wait, so you do like the mobster movies, though. So
Yeah,
you've seen, like,
yeah.
Donnie Brasco.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then you should see Out of Sight. Out of Sight is so much fun.
and she, you know what? I put it on and she wouldn't watch it. Like she wasn't enjoying it. She wasn't
Why?
she wasn't watching it. She was on her phone the whole time. I remember kept looking over and she's not watching it. So I was like, fuck this shit,
No,
man. You're not watching the
I've
movie,
read
man.
almost every Elmore Leonard book, and that is the best adaptation of one of his books I've ever seen.
It's a phenomenal movie, and it's Steven Soderbergh,
Goodfellas.
Magic Mike,
the dialogue.
the guy who directed Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Goodfellas. I love Goodfellas.
That's a true story.
Yeah, I like it.
That's a true story.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in the Witness Protection Program,
Oh, yeah.
and then he wrote that
Henry
story.
Hill.
Have you ever seen Gladiator?
Do you like gladiator movies?
No.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
She's gonna see 2 tonight.
Wow, this has taken a dark turn.
All right.
Here on the J.
So-
Craig podcast.
so-
Sorry, Craig. Sorry.
Sorry, you're missing this one, buddy. So of that list, you surprised me on a couple that you've seen, and I was kind of reaching because I wish I would have wrote some of those down in the past, like those one, and I don't remember shit anymore. So I
Yeah, you
wish I
really
remember
don't.
those.
You
But
really don't.
there's a lot of movies I wish I would have remembered that I've been shocked that you've never seen, right? Like something like the caliber of like Forrest Gump, and her saying that. I'm sure she's seen Forrest Gump.
Oh, of course. Yeah, and I like Forrest Gump.
Right? But at any rate,
Actually,
I'm surprised.
when
Everyone likes
Levi
Forrest
and I
Gump.
were in Washington, D.C., like the whole time I was like, in our nation's capital. Like it kept going back to
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. I don't know why.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was weird.
Sorry I broke up your Black Panther
Sorry
party.
about you broke up your birthday party. Yes.
Jeez, when I was there, that movie never occurred to me.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was like hitting me everywhere.
Really?
It was so weird. Yeah.
I probably wouldn't.
And
have
you
thought
know
that either.
what? The reflection pond or whatever that's like by the Washington Memorial.
Yeah.
Gone.
Really?
It's not there.
No kidding.
Trump.
Either they
Got rid of the
drained it
reflect-
and then they're doing
Uh-huh.
construction on it or something. I don't know, but it was really weird. And I was like, isn't this supposed to be the reflection pond? And now it's like grass.
Huh.
So
Are you
weird.
sure you're in the right spot?
In between
More
the
science.
Washington Memorial and the Capitol building, right? Isn't that where it's supposed to be?
I thought it was like right off of the Capitol.
It's right off the
off the memorial. I
It's-
thought it was.
All grass.
Oh.
And then you go up into
don't
the Washington Memorial that was all under construction. You can't actually go
Still?
into there. Yeah.
Jeez.
It's not going to
It
be
was
open
under
until next
construction
year.
when I was there like
Yeah.
4 years ago.
And then we like took a bus around the back side of it. No reflection pond. So I
Wait,
think
is that's the thing that Captain America and Falcon are running around in
Yeah.
the beginning of Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
I was there when I was there, yeah.
Yeah.
grass.
Yep.
Okay, so ultimately, you surprised me on movies that I didn't know you've seen. And you actually do like good movies. Like when there's a good movie like
Heck yeah.
like Jesse
Cocktail.
James. No, I'm talking about like something like Jesse James, Drive, 310 to Yuma, movies that I consider good.
Well,
Not you
taste
asshole.
is subjective.
Yeah.
No, mine's right, yours wrong.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah,
there is
no,
to it.
no. No,
So,
no.
If it
I'm
came out in the
surprised
late
that she
80s.
likes movies of that caliber sometimes. So, I know what she's gonna like, and then sometimes I get surprised.
That is
but
a backhanded
I
compliment.
always look.
You should
for...
divorce him.
Uh-huh. You're next in line, Bob.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck. He's right. Good luck.
Yeah. So ultimately, though, you do like really good movies when I like get them in front of you. Like Moon. Did you like Moon?
I don't remember Moon.
Sam Rockwell, where he's an astronaut. He's up
Stuck
on the moon, and he's like him having a delusion that there's a clone of him, or maybe there's not a delusion.
What's the astronaut movie that just came out that we really liked?
Oh,
Gravity.
Gravity.
Life.
Right? Where the chick like gets dropped like on the beach
Yeah.
and she's like, is that Gravity?
The chick?
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean what's her name from Sleeping with
Sandra Bullock.
Is
while
it
you were
Sandra Bullock?
while you were sleeping?
Oh.
Yeah, that's the one in 3D, right?
Yeah. Avatar. We didn't even talk about Avatar.
Oh.
Well, why talk about it?
Oh,
Still a
because I
good movie.
love that movie.
I can't watch that movie unless on the big screen in 3D.
Yeah, it's a big screen
I
movie.
bought the Blu-ray. I put it on one time, and I felt like I was watching a cartoon. It just didn't look right on a small screen, and it's a 50-inch TV.
When is
I
the
never
next
even
one
I
coming
never
out?
even
Soon?
tried.
Oh, 2, 3, and 4, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Soon?
Like
Soon,
They're
like,
making them
19.
right
a
now.
couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Soon, a couple years. Yeah.
Because I saw Zoe Saldana thanking fans for going to see Avengers, and she had all the dots on her face.
Oh, okay.
So they must be
This
making
is-
It's
it.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're aware. So.
End of 2018.
At any rate, but yeah, no, there's movies that I gotta get in front of you, like, and then sometimes I don't know if you're gonna like it or not, but I take a chance on it, and sometimes it works. But there's a lot of times where, and it was one that we watched recently, where I was really happy that you liked, and I wish I could remember it. And it,
Oh, Stepson Seductions 5.
Actually, it was A Busters. That one was for you, Cecilia.
You're breaking my heart. What the hell was that? A-Busters?
A Busters.
Oh.
like Ass Busters.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's like a porn about
it
busting
was-
into ass.
I'm watching that one.
Yeah, Catron's all on that
It
one.
was it was a early or late 80s pornographic film
Based on Ghostbusters?
that used to be played in sequence with Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, A-Busters. And it went in a cycle every time we went up north when
This
we were
sounds
like
racist.
19 years old. Yeah, it was weird.
Okay, so Menace to
Yeah.
Society is one of those movies where I had a very hard time watching it.
Yeah.
I have to
Especially like the intensity,
Uh-huh.
the almost like American History X.
Yeah.
Towards the end of that movie, where
I
you're
didn't
just
like
like
that movie.
constant dread, where you know what's going to happen soon, and you're just waiting. It's impending. It's I had that. I can watch Boys in the Hood over and over again,
Over
Yeah.
and over.
right? But Menace to Society, I can't.
Menace was like
Powerful
the,
movie.
it was the harsher
Powerful
Of
movie.
the
Yeah,
two.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. It was the more. Yeah, it was the
for
more
sure.
probably real, yo.
So now Cecilia has to listen to the podcast for the first time ever till the very end, so that she can.
Oh, I
do
hope
a-
everyone listening.
So she can do a thumbs up on A
Was there-
Busters. Yeah,
Why do you say it like that?
because that was the intro to this porno that we heard like every 3 hours.
Because
Bob wants to find it.
Boys in the Hood is a very African American cast.
Boys in the Hood are all.
Oh no, I like where you're going with this, Bob.
Busters have a very African American cast?
No.
That doesn't make
sense. A lot of butts.
Yeah, but are they
that
what
are getting
color are the
busted?
butts?
I don't remember. To be
Get
honest with you.
come on. You
I
remember
don't
the
really.
name?
I don't.
Remember
No. No, I don't
skin
really.
color?
But they're getting busted.
They getting busted.
Yeah. That's probably too much information.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So okay. So
that took a detour.
Jackie's Cabin.
okay.
That's where it all happened. Yes.
Ooh, that's where the ass got busted. Or I'm sorry, the A's got busted.
That's how Sterling Heights people rule.
Do they?
Yeah.
I ain't busted
That's how they
my ass.
roll.
I'm from Sterling Heights.
Tina, do you have a movie that you associate with us?
Don't say Boob
Define
Town.
us.
Don't say Boob
You
Town.
and I.
Oh. Okay.
Me and you?
You and I.
The Notebook.
The Notebook.
Seriously? That's
No.
when you go.
No. Spaceballs.
Good answer.
You know why.
Oh, I know why.
Yeah. Super Troopers.
Okay. Yeah, but
Mother of God.
I'll accept Spaceballs.
Mother of God.
Yeah.
But Spaceballs, yeah, and like it was weird and a little awkward that we watched it with the kids recently.
Yeah.
I was like,
Considering.
yeah, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different.
Different context.
Different.
Now,
yeah.
now the kids love Spaceballs.
Oh,
like when
they're all about
I
it.
first tried to introduce, I was like, Levi, we're gonna watch Spaceballs.
Lord
He's like,
Helmet.
what? I'm like, it's like Star Wars, but it's like making fun of Star Wars. He's like, I don't want to watch making fun of Star Wars.
What?
Like, why would you make fun of Star Wars?
He was so serious
He was
about
so
it.
serious
Yeah.
about it. So I ended up getting to watch it, and I'm like, it's not making fun of it. It's like having fun with it. It's just it's a comedy version of it. It's not. They're not making fun of it. It's just they're having fun with Star Wars. And he watched it. Now he can't stop talking about
Yeah,
it.
because I don't think that they really associated it with Star Wars directly. I think that they think that it's like another movie.
Yeah, it's got like familiar
Some familiar
things
Oh,
from
yeah,
Star Wars,
well,
but it's not.
Chewbacca, Darth
But
Vader,
I don't think they
Han Solo,
yeah.
the Force.
Right, but you
I
don't.
mean, it's got the main things that you need.
Right,
That's all
but
you
it's
need.
not directly.
Well,
that,
sure.
you know.
But it's enough.
Like,
There's a big Death Star. It's just different.
And a
different
big
kind of-
vacuum.
different kind of shape.
Yeah.
No, it's a direct correlation to Star Wars. I mean, it is what it is. But it just it's
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love that the kids like it.
Yeah.
So
Spaceballs is the correlation of your marriage.
no, that's not what we said.
What'd
So
you say?
What do you think of? What do you think of a movie that's like?
And walk hard. And walk hard. You don't want no part of that shit, Dewey.
There's a couple scenes of that that was so damn funny. Man. That was.
I have never seen you laugh, so
Yeah.
you've never done such a hard George McFly laugh.
If you could take a title to a movie to describe your marriage, what would it be?
Oh my god, that's.
Oh, that's just too complicated. Like,
Sorry.
I got
yeah.
one. The good, the bad, the ugly.
It's the obvious choice. There's folks.
as long
Also
as
acceptable. Also acceptable. Die Hard.
or a Busters.
On that note,
Not true. Not true.
All right. So, everybody, thank you for being here on this very special podcast with us here on the J. Craig. Tina, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Finally,
Hey, so more
after
importantly,
66 episodes.
did you have fun?
Yeah.
Was it a good time?
Yeah.
Good. Bob,
yeah, sir.
thank you for being here again, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
welcome
you
back.
guys are gonna run out of shit to talk about. You
Never.
two.
We've been friends forever. How we never run out of shit to
Got
talk about.
We're 60 plus in, and we haven't faltered with topics yet. So
I'm talking about you and Bob.
yeah. Well,
Particularly.
we'll find something to talk about.
Mm.
There's always something to talk about. Plus, Craig will be back. We're going to be doing, I'm not sure which one's coming first, which one I'm releasing first. So we're doing a henchman
Oh.
topic.
Oh.
So that might actually be coming out after this one comes out. So it might be redundant. But
Did you bring up the henchman from the Venture Brothers?
that's definitely going to be talking
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
21 and 24. That's right. So
Who did Clerks?
Kevin Smith.
We should do Kevin Smith movies one day.
That'd be a good podcast because
That would be a good
We've
podcast.
had like 4 now director podcasts. We did Aronofsky, we did Nolan, and now we did Spielberg after Ready Player One. So the next
And
one
that
could
was
be,
another
Kevin
one.
Smith.
That was another series of movies like Dogma and Clerks and all that I never would have considered watching until I met you.
Well, there's only so much I can hope for, Tina, and I'm glad that you're
Even
getting
Chasing
something.
Amy?
I
from our
saw
relationship.
within our first year of dating, I think I saw Chasing Amy, Dogma, and Clerks all in that same year. Never saw it in my life because I was never interested in it.
And that's the thing is I love that I don't want to call it a challenge, but I'm going to call it a challenge, of exposing people to movies that they've never seen. And I hope that if people haven't seen the movies we talk about, I hope they just give it a chance. And maybe they like it. Maybe they won't. You never know, right? I can predict what you might like.
Yeah.
I can predict what you might like, and I can be wrong a lot of the times.
No, you know it.
But I mean, I can be right a lot of the times, but there's times where I'm hoping, and I'm like, maybe she likes it.
No.
Right?
Yeah,
No,
you
not
never
gonna
know.
happen, right?
Like,
There Will Be Blood. I tried to watch it with her. Daniel Day-Lewis, the oil, the kid, the deaf kid. Remember, you didn't want to finish it.
Yeah.
It was too intense for you.
It's a kid that's deaf and he's in trouble, so
cares
no.
about that?
And she lost interest in it, right?
Nope,
So there's
can't
things
watch it.
where I think because if she
Kids
likes
and
Drive,
animals, like I
if she
can't
likes
handle.
Drive, if she likes...
She would have lost interest by the very end of that movie.
I drink your
Drainage, Eli. Drainage.
I drink your milkshake.
You know
All
what's
right.
another series I need to watch?
But you know
What's
what's
that?
Harry Potter.
And you do need to watch Harry
I
Potter.
haven't. I've seen like one Harry Potter.
The boys are starting to get into it.
I need to get into it.
They're better if you read the books first because
That's not going to happen.
yeah,
I could try.
So, everyone...
they're quick reads. I mean, they're thick, but they're quick and they're very entertaining.
Okay.
The boys are starting to get interested in the witchcraft.
I'll
so,
start reading to them.
Yeah.
That would
They
be
get
good.
Right.
like they get more complicated as he gets older. Like
Right.
the first book's like this big, and then by the time you get to the end of the school, like when he's graduating, it's this big.
Right.
But they're good. But they're actually very.
They're
That's
good.
what I hear. Yeah, that's what I hear. Absolutely. Folks, if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the J. Craig Podcast. You can also go thejcraig.com. You got the J. Craig Podcast on Facebook, iTunes, SoundCloud, Twitter, and YouTube. So follow us, like us, subscribe to us. Please help us out, and then keep listening. And,
Donate to my GoFundMe.
and we'll keep talking.
Kickstarter.
Right.
Just kidding.
Okay.
You can start a GoFundMe for me.
All right. Bye, guys.
I
Bye.
need money for hot toys.
Okay, idiots.
It's still going.